Hello everyone. Today we are here with Dr. Pavan Vig and Dr. Nonu Silva to discuss about an osteoarthritis detection model using X-ray images. Sir, what are your views on the osteoarthritis detection model that we have developed?
One thing that I like a lot is that, if I understand correctly, this is a web app. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I like a lot that. I prefer web apps than native apps.
Okay.
So, for example, when we develop products, and for example, directly to the national health here, in UK, they prefer web apps, not native apps, because native apps you have a lot of issues, or with Apple, or with so you have a lot of issues there. And with an app, you can run in any device. You can run in your computer, in a mobile, whatever you will run. You know that it's a browser.
Yes.
So you don't have problems. Updates and things like that is much better. So I completely agree with that way regarding web app. It is really great. And I believe that your tool can be really on a mobile phone. So today is the biggest platform that we have is mobile. Everyone has mobile phone. So and so if you can run, for example, we do in our digital reader, we were able to put artificial intelligence running directly on the browser, on the web app, to understand exactly what you are seeing before you process anything. So you are using the cache directly on the browser to have a small neural network there. We analyze that and check if things are okay. If they should, you're taking a picture of a test. If it's a test, it's not a test, it's a cat, it's a dog, or whatever it is. So we are running neural networks directly on the browser to detect that, to understand if the image is focused or not focused. And after you processing everything, and after you can use the backend. For example, backend, I recommend you because of the security issues. We use AWS, is our base platform. You can use others. For me, I'm very happy with AWS because allow me to do a load balancer on the back. So what happens is that you have instances running, EC2s running, and if you arrive to a certain level of consumption of that processing capacity, automatically you have warm pools and you start new machines. So for the user, he doesn't understand that, because he doesn't understand the time, because you have warm pools, so the machines are ready to start. It's not to starting initializing machine, you don't have anything like that, so they are already in warm pool. And this is very good because on load balance you can set up all of these in your backend. It's extremely easy to do that, and after you have a huge potential. So if you have a lot of people consuming, you are running more machines. If you have less people consuming, it automatically goes up and down. So and it's very secure environments. AWS is a very secure environment, because another thing is, for example, if I'm doing a project in UK, my data needs to be in UK. So I have to use AWS London when I'm using that. So we have customers in US, we have to use AWS in US. So they want to have their geography of the data located on their countries and things like that. AWS bring that possibility easily today because it's spread worldwide with some exceptions, of course, but you can use that and take advantage of this type of thing. And for me, regarding costs, for me is one of the lowest costs. So I think that is really great. So
can I enlarge my data set? Because the accuracy of the model will depend on the data set. So yeah.
So what I recommend you, so I don't know how are the things there, but I will suggest that you do an approach regarding the university, regarding medical university. You do the first approach there. One thing that I don't know who are the people that are involved in the project, but you need a very good doctor, because you cannot develop a product in the healthcare side without doctors in your team. You need doctors in your team. So my recommendation is that you go to a medical university, a good medical university. You do an approach for a partnership with them for developing the technology. giving the rights, for example, that they could use on the university or technology without a cost, but in the other side, they have to help you by supplying data that you require and trials. Because that is another thing that, because for your certification, what is important is your trials, because that is what giving the sensitivity of the model, that will give you the precision. Everything is based on trials. It's not based in anything theoretical. It's based on trials. It's physical trials. So my recommendation is that you do approach a medical university. You understand what is the best doctor in this field. You invite him. You do a presentation to him, like we are talking about, a very open conversation. That the goal and the pitch that I was telling you before, tool for helping doctors, all of that, and you bring that person in board. You have to bring that person to your team to be an advisor, things like that. He'll become an advisor. But in the other side, the university will help you with the data, will help it with trials, and you are giving them the possibility to use your tool without cost for their research, not as a commercial product, but for their research, for example, will be great that, imagine in a couple of years, the doctors that are in university as a class that are using your software for research. That will be really great. That is what you need, because that will create your track record. You need track record, but you need the right people to do a track record. So being inside a medical university is fundamental.
Thank you, sir.
And did you realize that this web application can be turned into an offline executable file?
That is the beauty. I think another thing that I think could be interesting. I remember one of my meetings with the Gates Foundation, and we were talking about on the COVID side, and they were telling me that they were deploying projects in Africa, and their biggest problem was communication, was internet, because it's very expensive in Africa. It's crazy, unbelievable. And because I was talking about the web app, and this I think is a good point for you to remember this. And I was talking about the web app, and the guy came to me and said, yeah, but I have a problem. So if I don't have internet, how I will do that? So what we did, we developed an option that you need to go first on the internet to download the web app. And after you just run it, the web app in your phone without need of internet, because that is something that you have to take in consideration, because in some points, remote sites, you will not even have internet, and if you have, it's very, very expensive. And for example, doctors that you have today running for very difficult places, they cannot count in internet for communication. They have satellite phone, things like that, but this is very expensive. So if your tool could adapt for this type of environments that could run directly on the phone, so you have the neural networks running in your phone directly, that will be great. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Just like currently, this works offline only. Like this server is hosted locally. It doesn't need any internet. So it currently works offline only. We just need to convert it into an executable file. That will just easily open the server, and the doctors can use the web application.
Yeah. And one thing that you can think about is that you can, so storing the data in your phone will be always viewed as a security issue. So what you have to think is that, okay, you are in a remote, you are doing the diagnosis, you are able to do all of things, but after, when you arrive to some place that you have internet, you can upload all the information to the servers, because you will guarantee the security of your data, because that will be fundamental for maintaining a medical device.
Would you like to say some words about the organization Thrius, how you feel after joining Thrius as a fellow member?
First of all, thank you very much for being part of the organization. All my life, I did teach in university, so it's really good to have this type of link or collaboration, even just to understand what this new generation of engineers is doing is great for me. Just that is a pleasure, and I enjoy it a lot to be involved with you guys on that, and to have these possibilities to understand what are this new generation thinking about, and helping them, because I think the only thing, all the potential is with them. They have all the potential. We are just here to drive you better. It's just that, drive you better, because we did already pass. We know all the hurdles on the path. So if you can learn from our experience and you will not commit the same mistakes, you will do other mistakes and you will learn and you will pass that information to the next generation. I think we can build a better place to live. And essential, what I like to do is exactly that. I like to help people to contribute. And if everyone contributes, if everyone has this mindset of helping others, I think our planet will be a better place, a better place to live. So it's just that's important. And the potential that this new generation has is huge. The capacity, the technology, the way that it thinks about the problems is not like the old generations. You guys thinking already on solutions very early. So think about, how can I solve that problem? I understand that is the problem. So that mindset is fundamental. And I think as people like myself and you, of course, our role in life, we arrive to a part in our life that if we could help just a little bit someone else to have a better future, to contribute for better life for others, I think that is part of our mission here.